What's up guys, Barry Game here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we're going to be talking about next week's event, which surprisingly we don't even have any early previews of just yet. However, it is the Mid-Autumn Festival, and I'll just say this. Anytime we have a Chinese holiday style event in game, they're usually pretty good, and lately they've been better than any of what I would call the American or international holidays like regular Valentine's Day, Easter, things like that. The ones like Mid-Autumn Festival, which is a festival for in China, they seem to be pretty good, and I want to make sure you guys go into this week's events kind of playing it smart, because if you're not going to be going for the big event, you're definitely not going to want to go for the Fantasy Factory extra lollipop attempts, because I think that's like what? Actually, let me take a look. I'm in game right now. The 35 extra attempts cost 7,000 gems, and you are most definitely going to need the gems for next week's event. So let's talk about it and let's think about what type of rewards we will see. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get going. So as you guys can see right here in the next week's event preview, we have Labyrinth coming up, Sky Labyrinth, we have the Mysterious Chest event, we have the Wishing Fountain event, and we have the Mid-Autumn Festival. Blossoms unfurl on a silent night, petals whisper a melody sweet. But you've heard one or two legends about the moon. The Mid-Autumn Festival always reminds someone of the ardent? Yeah, I'm going to go with ardent. Longing and a slight sorrow deep inside. Are you secretly missing someone in your heart? Please stay tuned for our event. So, what do we know about what we need to save? Well, number one, obviously, this is going to be another big Wishing Fountain event. Hopefully, the reward changes. I've been told never really go by what this hero copy is on these events. It can definitely change between the event preview and the actual event itself. Saya is like a tenant. She's an assassin. She's not a great one, but it is what it is. So we have the Wishing Fountain event. You're going to want to save up at least like 21 to 2200 wishing coins to be safe. However, there's also a Mysterious Chest event. During these events, you're going to need a lot of extra resources in order to get something potentially good. Now, if you didn't spend any wishing coins last month, that's good. However, we have had a couple events recently that really went in on gems, and typically during these types of events, there's an event currency tied to these chests, and potentially even more chests, because as you guys know, sometimes we get more than the standard 5 chests that we have, sometimes 2 to 3 additional ones that have event currency. And then of course we have Sky Labyrinth. There's no way to save up for Sky Labyrinth. However, that is an additional 4,000 gems for this event. One thing I want to make sure you guys are very clear on are, if you are not going for like rewards in this Summer Melody event just yet on your account, and you don't really plan to this week, I would say do not get these extra lollipops right here. These are going to be very bad for you, because 7,000 gems could definitely be used a lot better next week, because again, even if it's just a standard Mysterious Chest event week, but it has bonus resources in them, they're expensive chests. The top one's 8,000. There's like the 3,500. There's 1,500, 500. There's a lot of gems at the ready, and typically we've seen some better rewards in these chests, and as well as additional resources like we're going to show you here in past months' events. So just as a couple examples of the previous few months that we've had, this is the situation I was talking about where we had bonus kind of purchases you can do. Normally you have the 8,000 for 2,500, 15, and 500 gem purchases. Last month we had ones that weren't really tied to an event. Although I think maybe the treasure trains might have been attached to an event during that month. I can't remember, but you can see how there can be a ton of extra gems kind of used. And then there's another one we have from weeks prior to that, the months prior. This is a good example of what we might see next week, where we don't necessarily have multiple extra chests, but what we might have are chests that are important if you need the currency for the actual event, which I'm leading to think that is what we're going to see here in this week's event coming up. I think we're going to have something attached to all of them. So in total, that means you want to save up? That's 12, 14, 16,500 plus another 4,000, of course, because beyond just these guys right here, if we jump back into the game, we have Sky Labyrinth, and I believe Sky Labyrinth is 4,000. So if you take like a combination of these, yes, you're getting additional resources, which are cool. You're getting guild coins, you're getting, you know, glorious relics, prophet orbs, heroic scrolls, all those things you need on your account to save up for bigger events. But I'm guessing what we're going to see is something like this. So if you don't have at a minimum of 20,000 gems ready by the end of the week, you might be missing out rewards, even though you took the time and you saved up resources like your wishing coins, because that's one thing we always go for on all of our accounts. You try to get over 2,000, and I'm hoping you don't even need 2,000. A couple of the events previously we've kind of seen, you could get away with only having like 1,000 to 1,500 of these regular wishing coins, and that was a huge boost to actually like just saving for the next event, which I think the last one was like that. So I'm kind of hoping this one is going to be very, very similar as well, not needing the full 2,200, right around that ballpark, wishing coins. Now, beyond that, though, if you are participating in this event this week, you're doing the gala up to 300 points. You are doing your profit orbs if you save them up, all those fun things. If you've done all of that, then I would say if you absolutely need to, then go in on the Fantasy Factory event, get the extra stuff with gems, because there are a couple little things you can do in the coming week that are going to be good, because today is September 24th. Next week, however, starts the new month, which means you're going to have a CDK code for the month of what? September, October. There we go. The month of October, which should be pretty good. It's another 1,000 gems that you can get coming your way. Star or Land Arena is going to be finishing. So if you have any rewards from this guy here, you might be able to get some extra stuff, you know, for the season rewards. There are some gems up for grabs and everything like that. So even if you're at the very bottom, that's another 1,000 to 2,000 gems. And then on top of that, if you absolutely need to, not the wishing center, there we go, the tavern, you can always start a bunch of extra quests to claim a bunch of extra gems if you've just been saving those up. That might help you afford this event coming up, because I don't think you're going to want to miss this one. I do think the Mid-Autumn Festival in past years has actually been pretty solid. It's been pretty good, and the fact that it lands on Wishing Fountain and gems means it's one of the easier ones to perform, because you guys got to make sure, if you haven't been doing it, you always have to look for the gold offers in the Aspen Dungeon and buy them up constantly. Not the gem ones, the gold ones, because there are plenty of them in here. You can get 5, 10, and even, what's the highest tier one? Are there any in here? Yeah, there are 20. And it just costs gold. And most of you guys that are free to play should not be having any gold issues. And all that gold should be going to that right there. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let me know what you guys think. Mid-Autumn Festival coming up this week. We'll have your guides later on when we get the news on Thursday, as well as how to get as many rewards as possible, free to play and mid-spender. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys next time.